So I got this cool little, whatever you call it, rocket stove or solo stove, off-brand. However you want to pronounce that, Mason, however. I've never used one of these before. This is new to me. I've seen where you can use, obviously, got some sticks and twigs here, but they say you can also use pellets. So that's what I've got going on in here, and I just got it, just opened it out of the package, just put some pellets in it, and I just lit it. So you see it's not even really going yet. See, that side's not even going, you know. So not even a quarter of it's going yet. It's your like Traeger grill type wood pellets is what I used, and I used just a lighter trying to get the pellets lit, and geez, I would have used up the entire fluid out of the lighter just trying to get the pellets lit. So that didn't work very good. So I went and got a torch. In America, what we call a torch, not in like Australia where they call a flashlight a torch. So I got a torch, and I put a torch to the pellets, and that within, I don't know, 10 seconds we're going. So a torch was a lot easier. Pardon my nasty, dirty, white Croc off-brands I got. Actually, I think they're a Croc. Just for fun. What are they? Oh, looky there. They are Crocs. Very good. Anyway, this stove, solo stove, rocket stove, whatever you want to call it, is, they say, I think in the description it said 9" by 7". It's like the size of a small, I guess not a small, think of a paint can, a 1-gallon paint can, but not the 1 gallon. Think of the one size smaller, and that's about what size this is. So quart, I think, would be the next size, like a quart. So that's about the size of it. I actually like the size of it. I was hoping it would be this size and not, because the pictures are real hard to see. I did not want the one that's like the size of a Coke can or a soda can. So I actually really like the size of it. And I'm stupid cheap, and solo stoves are ridiculously expensive, and for this size, I think it was like $150 for the solo brand that is this size. And I showed you the brand of this one, and I got it off Amazon. I want to say I just got it, it was on sale for $21, I think is what I just got it. Don't quote me on that. You can go on Amazon, you can look at this brand of solo stoves, or, you know, look it up yourself. And like I said, it was on sale, so if you see the same sale, then you'll see the same price. If not, it'll be more. Anyway, I was just very curious about these types of stoves. I've never used one before. I've never even been to someone's house or land where they have one. I don't know anybody that has one. So this is my first experience totally with one of these. And if you go on Amazon and you look, you see that that inner ring for ventilation, it actually sticks up off the bottom about 1.5 inches, I would say. So I've got about 1.5 inches of pellets in the bottom of this thing. And as you can see on the inside and on the outside, that all the holes, the ventilation holes inside and outside, are a star. So it's not just a plain circle hole. It actually has, you know, some, what I would call character, you know, some pizzazz. You know, the holes are stars. I thought that was pretty neat looking, pretty pleasing to the eye, especially, you know, if you have it on a tabletop, or, you know, you have company over, friends, whatnot, you know, it's nicer to look at than just something with circle holes in it. It's got stars. That's pretty cool. I don't know if eventually you'll be able to see light through those stars or not. I have no idea. Like I said, I've never used one of these before, so this is my first experience. I don't know. So far, let's get, okay, so we're a little over a quarter of the fire going on the pellets. So the fire is getting a little bigger, and I don't know if you can catch it on the video or not, but there's not really any smoke, which is the whole point of solo stoves, is they're supposed to be smokeless. And other than the initial lighting of the pellets, it is smoky because, I mean, let's face it, those Traeger pellets or grill smoker pellets, they're meant to smoke. That's what, a Traeger is a smoker, and pellets, it's supposed to smoke. So the fact that these are not smoking is interesting, versus twigs, so I would say absolutely, hands down, it is doing what it's supposed to do, which is be smokeless. Even using wood pellets that are purposefully made for smoking. So that's kind of cool. I've got my hand over it about 12 inches, and it's pretty dang warm. I would, it's hot. Where my hand is, it's hot. You wouldn't want to keep it there for a long time. So it is putting out big heat. So I am touching the outside of it, and on the side where the flames are, the outside is way hotter, which is kind of duh, because that's where the flames are, versus this other side where there are no flames is a lot cooler. So there is that. It does, what do you say? It does not disperse the heat on the can very well. So yeah, where the flames are is way hotter, versus on the other side, it's not as hot. Which makes sense, duh, but being metal, you would think that with a fire going on the inside, that the entire can would be hot. And it's really not. I mean, there's a huge difference right now in the two sides as far as the outside of the can goes. Where are we at with the flames? Let's see here. Okay, we are just about on the entire left half is now on fire or have flames. So that's cool. The flames on my pellets are spreading around, I would say, rapidly now. The flames are starting to go all the way around pretty quickly now, versus earlier the pellets were kind of slow to catch. But so far, in the flame coming out of the can, since obviously there's more flame inside the can now with more pellets now caught on fire, the flame coming out of the top of the can is getting higher as well. I would say on average the flames coming out are 5-6 inch coming out now. And the chair I'm sitting in, if I do this, the chair I'm sitting in, or let's just say where my butt is about 2 to 2.5 feet away from the can, the stove. Obviously my foot's right next to it, but where my butt is about 2.5 feet away from the stove. And you can feel the heat. You really can. Considering today is, let's just say, the middle of September, and it got up to 95 degrees today, and here it is 7:45. The sun has set, so now it's just that light outside right after sunset, but the sun is below the horizon. It's just that nice, pretty kind of time of day. So since it got up to 95 degrees today, it's still pretty warm outside. But yeah, sitting next to this can, you can absolutely feel the heat. As you notice, the flames are now getting, I would say almost 10 inches tall now. Consistently or constantly 10 inches above the lid, if you call it, or the top. And we are 100%, the pellets are 100% caught all the way around now. Still, as far as smoke goes, there's still no smoke. The minute I turn the torch off, trying to get the pellets lit, maybe 10 seconds after the pellets were lit, there was no smoke. And it's been that way the whole time, or the entire time. No smoke. Put my hand here. So yeah, right here where I had my hand earlier, where I said it really wasn't that warm. Oh yeah, it's definitely warm now. So yeah, wherever the flames are on the outside, it's definitely puts out some heat. Where my leg is, you know, my shin's getting really hot, where I want to scoot the chair back because my leg is getting a little too hot. And I would say 14 inches. My shin's about 14 to 16 inches away from the stove, and it's that hot where I want to scoot the chair back. So anyway, if you're in the market for a solo stove, burner, fire pit, whatever you want to call these things, I just literally picked an off-brand that was the absolute cheapest I could find on Amazon, and it's this brand. And so far, I would say within literally 30 minutes of owning this thing, I'm pretty happy. I'm going to see if the reviews on Amazon are true. You know, a lot of the things I've seen is this Messen brand comes in several different colors. I got the black just because typically fire pits turn black after time. So I was like, oh, I'll just get black. They got a stainless, they've got a green, and some other colors. But again, back to the reviews, I've seen some of the reviews say after, you know, using this thing for several hours, some people's color started getting messed with. That the tin can or the metal started really changing colors and whatnot. But to me, that's like, duh. Yeah, even stainless steel or anything else, when it gets hot, it starts turning color. You know, that blues and purples, or, you know, take a torch to any steel and you'll see it starts changing color. So to me, having a fire pit and the metal starts changing color, it's like, duh. But I did get a colored one, not the stainless. I got a colored one, so I'll see how durable that paint job, if you will. See how that holds up over time. Some people say that the feet on this thing, as you see, I've got it on bricks. But the feet that are under this, it comes with feet, by the way. But they say it's just, they're attached by a flimsy, cheap rivet. And they say the feet break easily. I'll probably never use the feet. I'll just probably always just use a brick myself. But, so I don't really care about the feet. But as far as the exterior, the paint, the durability, I don't plan on just torturing this thing, like just loading it up with tons and tons of so-called fuel just to make the fire in there just ridiculously hot. I'm not going to do that. Just to torture test it, you know. I don't care. It's putting out a ton of heat right now with 1.5 inches of pellets inside, and man, I tell you what, it's working really well. And as far as the smokeless, yeah, it's absolutely smokeless. I'm gonna see real quick if I can. Yeah, that works. So you see the stars at the top. If you do solo stoves, they have on the inside, they have those holes on the inside that they say is for the second burn. I mean, you can see here, it's absolutely doing that so-called second burn, which they say is the whole point of it being smokeless, because that's the smoke actually catching fire, which I've never heard of that before. That's pretty cool. Yeah, we're constantly about 12 inches of flame coming out of the top. But anyway, I am super pleased with, I think I got it for $21 today off Amazon in the sale. I'm super pleased with it so far, like really pleased. People that are camping, people that are hunting, for something small, this is pretty awesome. And they say wood pellets. I'd have to go back and look. But the wood pellets, they say something about how thick they are will last a certain amount of time. But what I do remember is that it does last a long time. So that's cool. But yeah, highly suggest so far. I might do a follow-up video down the road to kind of do an update, if you will. But anyway, pretty cool. Messin off Amazon Solo Stove, off-brand. Later.